We are going to talk about string methods in JavaScript. A string is just a bunch of characters, something in quotes, as opposed to numbers. Like I could declare a number 5 or something like that, not in quotes, but this is a string. It's a bunch of letters, and actually it could be numbers in here too, and blank spaces, all surrounded by quotes, called a string in programming. So these are very common methods that work on strings, and I think it's kind of obvious what they do. Here is one. So here's my sentence: I like pizza! Exclamation point, of course. And this is a method dot to lowercase, which will convert all the characters to lowercase. Obviously, dot to uppercase converts everything to uppercase. Notice the syntax of this: the U is capitalized, the C is capitalized. Lowercase, you need a capital L and capital C as well. And notice after it, you need the open and close parentheses. If I did this, it would not work. I need a set of parentheses. If you continue taking programming courses, you will learn why parentheses are needed here. In this case, sentence.length, that will tell me how many characters are in this sentence. Characters are everything, including blank spaces. So the number of characters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, including blanks and exclamation points. There should be 13 characters. Index of finds the position of a string in another string. So this is going to tell me the position of pizza in sentence. And the position of pizza is, now this is a little bit weird because although there are 13 characters here, when you count them, you need to start counting them. I'm talking about position. You need to start counting at 0. So this is position 0, even though this is the first character. Position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the index of pizza, the position of pizza, is 7. Did I do that right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Substring gives you part of a string beginning at this position up to but not including the second position. So let's see, if I start counting again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, position 4 is K, 5, 6, 7, 8, position 8 is I, but remember it's up to but not including that, so it should be KE space P, should be the substring. Substring again gets part of a string. And then at the end, I'm just printing out the sentence. And let me just run this. Let me save it and run it. I'll run it in IE. And a little small there. But let's see if I can zoom in. So again, here is the output. I wrote it all as lowercase, then all as uppercase. 13, remember 13 is the length. 13 is how many characters. Length, notice, syntax is funny, but length is the only thing that does not have a set of parentheses after it. So no parentheses after length. If you do it, it won't work. So length, there are 13 characters. Remember, when you're counting how many characters they are, you have to start at 1. So like 1, 2, 3, and so forth. But when you're counting positions of things, the position starts at 0. So pizza was at position 7, remember, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you count spaces and everything. Substring was, as we said, KE space P, and then finally I printed out the sentence at the end just to show you that when you run these methods on a string, like sentence dot to lowercase or dot to uppercase, you're not actually changing the value of the sentence. The value of the sentence has not changed. You're just converting it for that time. It's very much the same as if you have a variable called x and you write down something like x plus 2. You have not actually changed the value of x. If you want to change the value of x, you would have to say something like x equals x plus 2. Same thing here. If I actually, for example, if I said something like sentence equals sentence dot to uppercase, Now I'm actually taking the sentence, uppercasing it, and saving it back into sentence. So now I'm actually changing the value of sentence. And if I run this, you'll see, oops, let me just refresh it. And in fact, you can see that it did actually convert. Here I am printing it out at the end. It actually converted it to uppercase. Again, it just printed out as lowercase and so forth. Here's something interesting. Where did this -1 come from? Well, this -1 came from this line right here where it says sentence.index of pizza. Remember, index of looks for a string in another string. So it's looking for pizza, it's case sensitive, it's looking for pizza in this longer string called sentence. And if it's not found, and in fact, pizza is not found because pizza is lowercase and pizza in the string now I've converted to uppercase, pizza is not found, so the value that gets returned if a string is not found in another string is -1. Index of is going to be very important. Play around with it, convince yourself this is true. This is an important one to understand. So it looks for a string in another string, returns the first occurrence. I should have said first occurrence, because if pizza was in here more than once, it would return the first occurrence of pizza, or -1 if it's not in there. So very important string methods. By the way, JavaScript has many string methods. These are just a few important ones that you end up using a lot, but there are other ones. You can Google JavaScript string methods and you'll see that there's like 20 or 30 of them. But these are the ones that I think are very important to know. And if you continue on programming and take Java, you'll see there are very similar things. As a matter of fact, they're pretty much identical. All right, that's good. Get to work.